right, here we are. Just made it through security. The clear TSA pre-check line was only about 5 minutes, so got through real fast. And then the Delta One Lounge is right there past security on the same level, so you can get there in a few minutes or less. Alright, here is my second portion of the cod, the miso cod. And that sauce is delicious. It truly is the best cod I've ever had in my life. And I was really bad and got an order of fries as well, and a Coca-Cola, so I guess that means I'm gonna have to add a mile to my run tomorrow. Alright, here's the dessert I ordered, which was some kind of chocolate dessert, as you can see, and filled with chocolate sauce in the middle. But since I had 2 portions of the cod and the salad and the fries, I don't think I'm gonna be hungry for the lamb chops, which I pre-ordered on my flight. But we'll see. But this dessert is delicious as all the other food was.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, storms going up and down the mid-Atlantic and East Coast for the last several days. Today is no different. So I'm going to be keeping the seatbelt sign on for the first part of the flight.
Delta Airlines. The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority, and the shared responsibility of everyone on board.
Underway in just a few minutes.
All right, here are the contents of the Amenity kit. And it's kind of funny because I usually don't care for the socks in Amenity kits because they're usually really long, like halfway to your knees. So I might keep these because this is the kind of socks I buy. And then of course the hand cream, lip balm, and toothpaste, toothbrush, pen, eye mask. So just a rather typical contents that you find in most Amenity kits.
sign off. I have to tell you, we are going to have it back on here in the future, so thank you. Please pay attention to the seatbelt sign if it's on. Thank you.
Alright, here is my dinner. As you can see, it's 2 lamb chops. And this was a pre-order only option. When I got the email from Delta to pre-order dinner, it indicated that this was an option only if you pre-order it. They look delicious, so I'll tell you here in a minute if they actually are delicious. And there's also a little bit of smoked salmon. And it looks like a bib lettuce. That's a lot of dressing for it though. And then there's a small garden salad. I'm not sure if I like that what looks like some type of dressing is on it, because then if I'm not crazy about the dressing, I don't have an option to not have it on the salad. Little dinner roll. There's also a dressing here, which, as you can see there, it says blood orange dressing. So that'll be interesting to see what that tastes like. I'll let you know in a minute. All right. Here is the verdict on the lamb chops. They're actually pretty good. They're not the quality that you would get if you went to a fine restaurant and paid a decent price for lamb chops. But they are quite good. They're cooked to a medium rare, which is my preference for steaks or any kind of meat. The sauce is actually very good. Most of the flavor comes from the sauce. The polenta is good as well. And then what I thought was dressing on this bib lettuce is actually a coleslaw, and it's very good. I just noticed that the pepper shaker here has a jet engine on the top. That's really cute. And then the salad is good, but what I thought was the dressing was actually a big chunk of cheese. So you know me and cheese, I set that aside right away. And one thing I love was that the butter for the bread was it was chilled, but it was soft. So sometimes on planes, the bread is like a chunk of ice. I'm sorry, the butter's like a chunk of ice. So sometimes I'll have to put it on. I'll try putting it under my warm dish for like a minute to soften it up. But this butter was real nice and easy to get on the bread. And then I had enough Baileys, so decided to continue with the Coca-Cola. Cheers! Alright, well that's the final verdict on the meal. I pretty much finished it. Except for the bread. But I'm trying to cut back on carbs. I went with the lamb this flight because I've had that beef short rib quite a few times, so I wanted to try something new. And it was really quite good. The polenta was very good as well. Of course, I didn't eat any cheese, as I never do. And now here is dessert. It's listed on the menu as a chilled chocolate fondant. The only other option was a fruit and cheese plate, so this was the only option for me. It looks delicious. I'll tell you in a second if it is. Then of course had another double Baileys to accompany the cake. Cheers! Alright, I'm a few bites in and it's really delicious. Very, very rich chocolate. I just wish it was a bigger piece. That's the only thing that would make it better. didn't realize you can use the club in both ends of your trip.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I started in New York, so. So much today already. I had lunch at the lounge in New York, and then a good meal on the plane. That chocolate cake looks really good though. Yeah, I went way over my calories for today. So I borrowed from tomorrow already. That's like the most intense massage chair I've ever seen. New York Club is a little bigger than here. Yeah,
It's a lot bigger.
This one's very nice though.